coming around upon itself. So this is the rotating area that's rotating around, and so this is literally the wall cloud as it's moving right along and hugging Highway 20. So if you're on either side of Highway 20 right now, you need to be taking cover because of a tornado or at least strong damaging winds are possible any place along this line. Vaughn, one more time. I know you're right ahead of it the way it looks. Did you get out of it?
Yep. Yeah, we did. I had 110 mile an hour gust as we were going down 20.
Vaughn had 110 gust.
So it is over 20. I think it's hugging right down 20. I don't see anything on the ground, and I'm looking back to the west now. Okay, so there's nothing on the ground, but I wouldn't consider it not on the ground because those winds were violent as we made our way east on 20. So anything in its path.
You've got debris. Power lines down.
Debris.
Okay.
Power lines down and debris.
Debris.
Well, 110 mile an hour winds.
Got a couch in the ground.
Okay, and that's near the Tiowa area right now. Again, just have moved through the Tiowa area. And so, Marty, what do you have for us right now, real quick?
Right behind the racetrack. Well, we had a couch in the road. We had power lines down. We are continuing northbound. As soon as I get 4190, we're on 4190 northbound. Here's some more just small tree limbs right there. Now we are intercepting 485, I believe is what it says, which is looks to be a major road.
Yep.
Again,
it's Highway 20.
We're turning right on.
Here's the wall cloud right here.
Turning right.
Here's the wall cloud.
Be back to our.
Yeah, I know.
And looking for more power line flashes right now.
All right.
Seeing what we can find up here.
Okay, and
Back to
Vaughn.
you guys.
All right, thanks.
You
And
see
again,
it?
Vaughn's on the leading edge of it. Vaughn, it kind of looks like it's wrapped up just on the north side of Highway 20 right now. Marty and Val have either hail core or not quite sure what's going on right there. But if you guys, Val is in the damage path of it right now. Vaughn, one quick thing. Do you see anything else right around you as you're looking around?
Yeah, there's nothing on the ground right now. It is wrapping up just to the north, maybe a half a mile at the most, north of Highway 20, right by the racetrack. That would be just
we got debris.
Just west of the racetrack.
Okay. Just west of the racetrack. Okay, you got debris. Who said that?
Strong north.
Miss Val, I'm seeing debris to my north. Not a huge area. There's no funnel at all. There's no condensation funnel, but I see debris. I don't know if it's leftover debris, but there's definitely debris in the air. And that is north of Highway 20, probably 3/4 of a mile or a little more maybe.
All right. Yep, and that's just right where it went through. So again, if you're in that area, that would be exactly the path of the tornado. So you guys are in there. The cycle that it's going through right now, it looks like it might have weakened a little bit. There's still a chance that we could have a spin up just to your east, northeast for Marty and Val. The Craig County storm, by the way, is to the north, is starting to reorganize a little bit. And Dick, I'm gonna have you get a. You've got the. I'm gonna have you. Okay, you're in reposition. Okay, and I'll have us get a radar view of that. But as we're looking at what's happening right now, Marty, I see you're following. And okay, Will is over Verdigris right now, looking at some of the damage. It's hard to tell, but obviously there's fire and emergency personnel that are going to have to make sure that people are safe. This is one of those storms that did random damage that could be really bad in a few spots and then skip. It looked like it skipped some homes and it'd come back and get some others. You can see there's looks like power is in some areas, but we're right where the emergency vehicles are located right now. Power is out the way it looks at this time to those locations. So again, as Will gets us more pictures and finds out a little bit more about what's going on, hopefully nobody is hurt, but we need to continue again to the east. As this storm continues to track to the east, we're talking about conditions that are favorable for still redevelopment of tornadoes. This is from Vaughn, where Vaughn is located, to Marty. That's still wrapped up. It might be a little bit weaker than it was, but this is on 480 Road where it intersects with 4220 Road. So if you're in that area just south of the Will Rogers Turnpike, this is the highest probability of seeing a tornado at this particular moment. Also, we need to go over to right now, take a look and see what's going on up to the north of us with Dick. Dick, what's happening on that storm to the north?
That storm has gone through several cycles as well. There for a while it looked like it weakened quite a lot. Then it got its actually a little bit better. It doesn't look terribly impressive on the radar, but it looks much more impressive on the velocity signature. So I'm tracking the location of the circulation feature, which again is on the southern edge of it. That's going to be taken on through the northern portions of Craig County, headed towards Welch at around 8:43. Blue Jacket at about 8:43 as well. Lots of heavy rain and hail on the north side of it. Circulation feature continues to kind of come and go on the south side of it. We have had a few indications of a possible tornado on the ground occasionally with it. It has obviously not been of quite the intensity of the storm further south that you've been covering, Travis. It's obviously been the dominant cell, but this one has certainly been going through several cycles, and right now it looks like it's kind of gotten its act together, at least for a short time. We'll see how it holds together for the next several minutes, Travis.
Okay, thanks, Dick. I appreciate that. And again, going back to our storm that's been producing a tornado along the whole path, that looks like it's a little bit weaker. The velocities have come down just a little bit on that. We still have a tornado warning remaining until 9 o'clock tonight. That'll be for northwestern Mays and central Rogers County. That storm now from just east of Tioga, northeast of Tioga, is moving to the east-northeast. So it started moving back northeast a little bit. It seems like once it tries to turn east, that's when it starts to rotate a little bit more. We call it a right turner. So that becomes more of a tornado event at that point. Vaughn is on that. Marty, Val, they're all under it right now. Let's go over to Vaughn to start off with. Vaughn, it looks like you're on the leading edge of it, and it looks a little bit weaker, and it's now to your north by about a mile or so. What do you have for us?
That's correct. I'm looking back to my west-northwest at a lowering here. There's nothing on the ground that I can see, Travis. But, yes, I agree. It does look like it's become a little weaker from my vantage point. But, of course, it's dark, and all we can go by is the lightning flashes right now. But I agree, Travis, there's nothing on the ground right now that I can see. Good thing, and we'll keep following it here as it moves east.
All right. I appreciate it, Vaughn. Thank you so much. Let's go on over to Val, your brother, and take a look a little bit from Val's perspective. What do you have, Val?
Okay, just ditto what Vaughn said. Don't see anything on the ground at the moment. We had another power flash about 3 or 4 minutes ago, but I don't see any funnels at the moment. I don't see. It looks like to me it is lifted, but you know how fast these things come back. I mean, this thing can come back in a hurry. Right now, it appears that the biggest danger is going to be north of Highway 20, probably north of our location, and maybe even a little northeast of our location. So we're just kind of traveling east on Highway 20. Going to keep watching. Back to you.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Val. Appreciate it. Marty, I know Marty's moving along as well. Not too far from you. Marty, have you seen it? Obviously, you're passing by some emergency vehicles, and I guess there's probably storm spotters and everybody else out there. What have you seen? Anything else?
No more debris on the ground that I can see, but I'm pretty sure it's just off to our left, which I believe is to the north. Sorry about the directions right now, but we are still watching this area. Like Val said, this thing is cycling. This thing is cycling on again, off again. So it's something we've really got to watch as it exits the state. We are still looking at a rain-free basin behind here, and 67 degrees. Back to you guys, because I don't see anything on the ground right now.
Okay. All right, Marty, thanks so much. Again, Marty Logan is the guy who's in northwest Oklahoma, who we were taking his shots last week with that big 500,000-acre fire that was going all over up by Alva and into southwest Kansas. So, again, Marty's kind of traveling the state right now. This is a view from Owasso right now. We continue with our tornado warning at this time to the east of Owasso, and still wrapped up, and so we still have circulation feature going on in that particular area. But we do want you to know that at least that it has weakened a little bit, but it's still wrapped up on itself. And again, it's near and closer to the circulation center now is over the Will Rogers Turnpike. So this is north of where Vaughn is and Val and Marty. So this has moved a little bit further to north. Could be recycling right now over the Turnpike. So if you're around East 460 Road and around the North Road of 42, I should say, that'd be 4250 Road. There is a high indication now that we could see a new circulation developing right around that area from East 460 Road and the intersection of 4250 Road, which is just right at the Turnpike. And so if you're in that area, we do need you to be advised for the potential, again, for this wrapping up. So I have to tell Vaughn and Val and also Marty, that they're going to have to be looking a little bit further to the north and east and get probably repositioned a little bit, as that is cycling in on itself at this particular moment in that area that's located just to the north. Again, you see that black area. This is a hail core that is just to the north. Now, there's a high probability that this is going to be moving right along this leading edge. It is into cooler air. There is a chance that this could weaken, but our tornado warning continues to show up with a lot of potential, as we're starting to see that a lot of problems with power outages being reported now, houses having been hit in the southern Claremore area, southeast of Claremore, and we do feel that there's going to be a lot of homes, a lot of outbuildings that have been hit from this. It's just been on the ground way too long. They are starting to weaken just a little bit. That's also National Weather Service also mentioning that as well. There is an area, though, that still runs from about Coffeyville down into Mays and Rogers County that still has severe weather potential. So if you are in these areas, we do need you to still be prepared to move to a place of safety. The tornado warning, which has been in effect for this entire area, continues for this zone. So if you are in an area that runs from right along the I-44 area, this is going to be just to the west, northwest of Claremore and to the southwest of Adair. That tornado warning continues in effect until 9:30, but the main circulation feature right now almost at the intersection of 40 to 50 North Road and where it intersects with East 450 Road, and that's right near the Will Rogers Turnpike. So the circulation feature is still there, and still a probability that we could have a tornado come out of that at any time. So that's why we need you to still be very much aware. That's why the tornado warning continues in effect for this same area, as it looks like we're going to continue to have some issues out of that. Dick's been watching the storm to the north, up around the Hollow and Welch area. Dick, I'm going to have you do a quick update on that while we have a small break here on the storm that's to the east.
Yeah, that storm is still showing a fairly strong circulation, Travis, so that it continues to be a concern. Now, again, we've not had any confirmation of anything actually on the ground, and it has gone through several cycles, it would appear. Right now, it's just to the west of the Welch area. It should be moving in on Welch over about the next 15 to 20 minutes, as you can see, moving through the northern portions there of Craig County. Basically, soon be crossing Highway 10 and then possibly into the Highway 59 area as it moves through those particular locations. So that particular storm continues to show evidence of a pretty strong circulation feature. There I'm showing you the velocities on that just to give you a quick idea of what we're looking at there. So that particular storm, again, moving east-northeast at about 30 miles an hour, has been weakened there for a while. Then it got its act together. Then it seems to be going through several cycles right now, so be keeping a close eye on that to kind of reposition everything here. And you can again see the Welch area at around 8:44. Current time is 8:26. So again, moving through the northern portions of Craig County for that storm up in that area, which continues to have a tornado warning. Travis?
All right, thanks, Dick. And again, there's a little bit weaker and kind of better news in the sense that looking at the new velocities, which are the indicators of how fast the storm is rotating at this time, that has weakened considerably. So we're much, much more at peace with that. But unfortunately, it hasn't changed the fact that we still have a pretty high probability that right along 460 Road to the north, and this would extend even a little bit further to the north. This would take it right up to the Will Rogers Turnpike. We still have this area that's dominated by this circulation feature. In fact, I'm going to use the arrows to kind of show how this is positioned. And so this is the main centroid, if you want to call it that, of where the highest probability of a circulation feature and a possibility of still a tornado exists, right in this zone. I'm going to zoom in on that quickly. The Craig County tornado warning, Dick's just telling me, is canceled right now. So if you're in Craig County, that tornado warning has been canceled. It has weakened and gone below severe limits. We still have a rotating area. It's a small rotating area that's on from 460 Road north, and then that extends as all these numbers get smaller. As you get older, you don't like that. But that extends then from just about East 450 Road to East 460 Road, and then that goes all the way to the east, and that goes along right around 429 Road to the east. So again, if you're in this zone, there's still a possibility, if you're in this rural area just to the east of the Turnpike, that there is a chance that you could still see a tornado. So to recap what we have so far, we know that about 10,000 customers are without power in Tulsa County. We have about 10,000 customers without power also in Osage County. We know that there's been multiple homes hit We do not have any information yet. The news team, we're going to be taking over here, information on how many injuries might have occurred. So far, we haven't heard of any, at least in the weather desk. We'll have news coming up here in just a little bit with some information. But overall, there's still the potential for a tornado if you are east of Tiowa, which is east of Claremore. And we're still going to be watching this very closely because that's still in an area which, again, we had tornadoes going on as we had with live Osage Sky News 6 going on for a while. Again, the tornadoes were touching down just almost nonstop as it went just on the south side of Owasso along 56th Street. So 9 people have been transported to area hospitals at this time. So that's the latest updates from the newsroom. And again, as I said, Scott will be along in just a little bit with and Megan in just a little bit with some more information on that. But we do need to go back for a minute, and I do want to track a little bit on this storm just to let you know that that continues to be in a zone where there is still a tornado warning, and the extension of the tornado warning is for good cause because we still have it rotating in upon itself right now. This has been a supercellular structure that has gone on the entire time, and so right at the apex of this is where we're most concerned at this time as it continues to move. We're getting updates within every hour, or within every minute, I should say, of what's going on as we have our live Pathfinder feeding into this, and so this is will be right along 4260 east, about right in here, and then that extends to really around 430 East Road, and then on the south side about 450 Road, and then that'll go all the way to the east, which would take it along about 4229 Road on the east side. So this is the main core that we're most concerned with. If you're in this core, you need to be into a shelter away from outside windows and walls just to be on the safe side. There are probably some strong damaging winds of still 50, 60, maybe 70 miles per hour that are gusting out in this particular zone that's on the south side. So you could get power outages. Don't forget as well, and I haven't mentioned this, but if you have a laptop, iPhone, you can stream live and you do not have to worry if the TV signal goes out, because I know a lot of people have satellite dishes, and a lot of times that goes out and everybody goes, well, we lost you and I don't know how we're going to get you. Just remember, you can pick us up just on your cell phone. It's that easy, and we do live streaming anytime we have events like this, anytime we have major news events, so please do that. It's desktop or mobile streaming is you can do. So just all you need is a little electricity in your cell phone or a mobile device, and you are in good shape, and you can follow us along. A tornado warning still is continuing in effect for some of these areas. Again, this is the main storm that we're concerned with. I've been zoomed in on this storm so much. We're going to back out a little bit and show you perspective of where it has been. Storm to the north is still a severe thunderstorm warning in northern Nowata County. That's still one cell that won't quit giving. Heavy rain, severe weather, potential with gusty winds with that. Pascal is on one of the cells also, who has been, he was on a storm that we had tornado warnings in northern Osage County, northern Washington County. This cell pretty much has gone nonstop across this area. It went kind of started to develop around the Pawnee County area, then moved into southeastern Osage County, and then right across Owasso into Claremore, and now is located just on the north side of Pryor. So this is why we're going to continue to monitor this. This supercell, though, the one good thing is it's getting into colder air, and that should pretty much knock it out to where we should be in better shape. We are expecting to continue to cover this storm for a while, and we do have crews in the field, and we are going to go to our news teams in just a little bit. Bouncing out a little bit, none of the storms down in southeast Oklahoma materialized like what a lot of computer models thought they would. We did anticipate there would be a few of these storms. There was a high probability of hail and wind. Guess what we get? We get a tornado, so it's welcome to spring. Dick has been watching that storm to the north as well. I'm going to do one quick update here, and Dick, I'm going to give it to you then so you can cover that storm to the north a little bit more. We have Vaughn, Val, Marty, all on that cell. Again, this is moving up toward the Adair area with a tornado warning still in effect. Velocities are not nearly as strong as they were, but there's still a rotating area which we're concerned with that continues to show up.